Hello, everyone. Welcome to Chris's Chaos. I'm your host, Chris Cortez. And yeah, right off the back, I'm going to say it. Tetsuya Naito wins the D block, okay? Zack Sabre Jr., he went ahead and he got his runner up spot. We're going to get into it, but I had to record this opening because I tried some new software, some new video editing software, and it worked for the most part, but it kind of clipped the beginning of my video. So we're going to go ahead and go right into the intro, and then you will see what I got for you, okay? Stay tuned. He defeated Hiroshi Tanahashi, goes 5-2. He's now 10 points. Now Zach, he has a couple people to thank. Number one is Shane Haste. Okay, Shane Haste keeps Jeff Cobb from getting back into the ring during a count, and it's a count out draw. So Cobb ends with 9 points, and Haste was doing it for Zack Sabre Jr., his boy. You know, he's a soldier of TMDK. And sure enough, the next match, Zack Sabre Jr. defeats Hirooki Goto in a fierce brawl, giving him 10 points. But Naito leads. Okay, he got the victory over Zack Sabre. So now it's Naito's night. You know, he had a hell of a match with Hiroshi Tanahashi. Also, this card was stacked. Okay, for even the first D block match, Yano versus Alex Coughlin was pretty brutal. Okay, there was really not a single boring match tonight. Even the tag matches were fun. We'll get into those. But yeah, it was one hell of a night. By the way, feel free to subscribe. Feel free to hit the like button. Recording live from, this place was they were showing the card. The card took place at the Axe City Hamamatsu in Shizuoka, Japan. Okay, the Shizuoka Prefecture. Not too far. The crowd was very good. Okay, they were hyped, especially for that main event. I had never heard so many Naito chants. I was skeptical. I wanted Naito to win. I was skeptical, but he came through, and I think that when you see the crowd and the way that they react to this guy, it looks like Naito could win this every single day. And I look at the comments, I see what the comments from the IWC and a lot of people think that Naito's going to win. I am skeptical because there's just so much competition, but that doesn't mean I don't want him to win, and doesn't mean I don't think he can win. It just means that the likeliness of him winning is pretty slim to none right now. But he got his win. This is not the first time he would win the G1 Climax if he does, and this could be his last run. So I'm hoping he gets it. I really am. Man, what a way to finish off this these blocks. Okay, we now have a real good understanding of like who's going to be in the playoffs and how what's going to happen. So I'm going to go into predictions tonight, as to who I think is going to win in the quarterfinals, and then I'm going to be very iffy about the semifinals, and then of course the finals. But let's get right down into it. The first couple matches, the tag matches, you got Evil and Show versus Kingston and Yuta. Okay, Evil's already in, Kingston's out. Show, it's good to see Show back in the ring with Evil. These guys tag really well. They have great chemistry. I mean, Evil was backing up Show every single match in the Super Junior, the best of the Super Junior, okay, this year. So if Show was wrestling, you knew Evil was going to get involved. And it starts out, they just start brawling. Okay, they go outside. Evil and Kingston, Show and Yuto attacking each other. Yuto Nakashima, who also worked really well with Eddie. They're back in the ring, though, pretty quickly. Evil at one point has a nose lock applied on Yuto, okay, just locking the nose with his fingers. fantastic. Only Evil could pull this shit off. Kingston with the cobalt chops just chopping away for both Show and Evil, following by Exploders. Okay. Dick Togo distracts Kingston with a chair. Yuto and Kingston, though, working really great. I saw them just calling out to each other. It was fun. I think Yuto Nakashima is great. I would love to see him make an appearance in Forbidden, like walk the forbidden door, the proverbial forbidden door into AEW, just to work with Kingston. I just think these guys work really well together. At one point, Yuto's just beating the crap out of Show, applies a Boston Crab for a while, but then Show, he gets the wrench, strikes Yuto, and then hits what looks like the shock arrow, and then it's over. So we go into second match. I'm just going to go these really quick, and then we'll get into our D block matches. Second match, Oiwa and Kaito versus Fujita and Nichols, TMDK, the mighty don't kneel. The long lines, they start this off. So you got Oiwa and Fujita. Kaito gets knocked off the apron by Nichols, so he can continue the attack on Oiwa. Fujita and Nichols just continue the attack, maintain control until Oiwa gets a basically gets a clothesline, hits both of them, and gets tagged to Kaito. Kaito gets a nice missile drop kick on Fujita, who gets this beast chop and shotgun drop kick. I didn't realize how good Fujita was. I like to see more of Fujita as he grows. He's looking great. So Nichols gets back in the ring, gets the DDT, and Kaito gets the dragon screw, then tags in Oiwa, who body slams. An interesting splash on Nichols. He just kind of falls down on Nichols, then strikes Fujita. Drop kick, double drop kick to Nichols, double vertical suplex by Kaito and Oiwa. And then Oiwa applies let's see. Oiwa again applies a Boston Crab on Nichols until Fujita strikes Oiwa in the back after he gets cleared. So Oiwa went pretty good, went toe to toe with Nichols. But then there's a gut wrench deadlift to Nichols by Oiwa. Looked great, but Nichols hits the Death Valley Bomb, sliding lariat, wins. So pins Oiwa. Fujita's talking trash to Kaito. I'd like to see those two go at it in a singles match. And Kaito goes to check on Oiwa. So that was about the end of it. Third match, you got Umino, Hikuleo, Master Wato versus Goto, Gabe Kidd, and David Finlay. I was thinking, okay, this is, more than likely these three guys are going to beat Goto. Umino, Hikuleo, and Wato are going to beat Goto, Kidd, and Finlay. But Kidd and Finlay work so well together. Even Goto works a little well, and it's pretty great. Kidd is just screaming at all of them, saying, all of you are dead. Who's first? Starts giving support to Finlay. Let's go, boss dog. He's calling him the boss dog. I'm going to start calling David Finlay the boss dog. Okay. Kidd refers to Finlay as the boss dog. I love it. Headlock applied to Umino. Umino arm drags. Drop kick to Finlay. Forearm exchanges. Umino wins that exchange. Down goes Finlay. Umino tossed outside to Kidd, who tosses Umino to the barricades. Gabe Kidd is a brutalizer. Just tosses Umino around. He says, I'm a madman. They just start isolating Umino, and then Goto comes in the ring, talks to the ref, somehow persuades the ref to go check on Hikuleo. Hikuleo and Wato. I don't know why, but somehow he persuades them. And meanwhile, at one point, I think Kidd is just biting the hand of Umino. They're just beating up on him. And then Umino does catch Kidd off guard for a drop. Just picks him up and drops him, sliding forearm. Then tags big Hikuleo, who boots everyone. Okay, hot shots. Then the lariat to Kidd. Big suplex to Kidd. Pin attempt. Kidd, though, able to dodge and lure Hikuleo into splashing Wato. So not much teamwork chemistry going on between Wato and Hikuleo. More teamwork, though, from Finlay and Goto, okay, who gets the body slam and a super kick from Goto to Wato. Enziguri and springboard uppercut to Goto by Wato. Kidd attacks Wato. Hikuleo attacks Kidd. Big chop to Kidd. Goto rakes the face of Wato. really getting into it, Goto and Watto. Sunset flip by Goto, who reverses Russian leg sweep by Watto into Vendaval. And it's as soon as they hit that, as soon as Watto hit the Vendaval, it's like, yeah, it's over. It's over. Gato's screaming yes and submits. It was a nice match. I liked it. Bullet Club looked to be leaving, though, comes back in the ring, attacks the victors. Kid says, if I cannot make it to the playoffs, then neither can you. I don't think Hikuleo is out, though. I think he attacked him. That would be very interesting if Hikuleo got taken out, because I'd like to look and see who would be next in line to kind of fill that void. I don't think that Naito would get a bye, but if he did, I mean, that would definitely give him a huge advantage, seeing as how he is, he's got a big mountain to climb if he's going to win this thing. So fourth match, got Hinare, Great Khan, Tomoaki, Hama, and Tomohiro Ishii. I love Hama. He's awesome. Okay, can't really pronounce his name the best, but he's fun to watch. It's kind of like a repeat of the match from the other night. You got Hinare and Ishii starting the thing off with just slugfest. Okay, Hinare does get the upper hand for a moment. Ishii, though, right back up. Hama gets the tag, tries to separate the two. Okay. Hinare tags in Khan, who has control for the most part, grinding Hanma's face against the barricades. Hinare tag in, hits the combination, attack into the senton, continues to beat on Hanma like he owes him money. Okay, like he owes Hinare money. Khan, in keeping Hanma in his team's corner, just human chair delivered. Hanma gets the DDT to Khan, though, to make the tag to Ishii, who gets the upper hand on Khan and Hinare. Ishii with the back suplex, Khan back with the Mongolian chops and the sheep killer on Ishii. Eventually, Hanma gets in and goes toe-to-toe with Hinare. Hanma drops the head on Hinare just before 10 minutes have passed. Hinare hits those Streets of Rage for the pinball on Hanma. And Hinare and Khan work very well together as members of the United Empire. Khan gives a little pink bow. He takes off this pink bow off his ponytail, and gives it to some dude. Looked like he was giving it to the girl, but then it was next to the dude got it. Dude looked like a beast. Kevin Kelly pointed out. And yeah, so it was funny. Fifth match, okay, Narita, El Desperado. So you got Ren Narita, El Desperado, and Minoru Suzuki. Okay, these guys work really well together, but you got against Bushi, Yoda, Shingo Takagi. Great wrestlers here. Narita and Suzuki, though, working really well on Yoda. They're attacking, going, just making tags. Yoda eventually makes it to Bushi, who goes to work on El Desperado. Yoda now back in the ring. Tilt-a-whirl, backbreaker into the Boston Crab. Shingo and Bushi attack the rest to really isolate Desperado, who eventually makes it to the ropes. Chops by Desperado, a kick to Yoda by Suzuki, gets the spear from Desperado. Shingo and Suzuki exchange blows. Oh, yeah. Nice slip behind and rear naked choke from Suzuki, who can be so fast. I pointed out, just boot to Shingo, tags in Narita, tag to Bushi, missile drop kick. Tope Suicida to Narita, who hits the barricades. Cobra twist on Bushi, though, and all hell breaks loose. Okay, everybody's just fighting each other. Exploder bridge by Narita to Bushi. 10 minutes have passed. Cobra twist applied again on Bushi for the tap out. Can't get out. Can't make it to the ropes. Bushi taps out. Bushi looks great, but Ren Narita just is getting to another level. I think he's getting so vicious and so aggressive. I love it. And those were your tag matches. Okay, we're gonna get into the first D block. Alex Coughlin versus Toru Yano. Take a little sip. You got Kingston now in commentary. Looking forward to Naito and Tanahashi, but also for this one. Quick Kid attacks Yano with a chair. Coughlin capitalizes. So yeah, Kid comes out of nowhere, just attacks Yano. They're throwing barricade sections on top of Yano. Coughlin tries to hit Yano, who is sitting on the chair, though. Gets up for a drop toe hold onto the chair, then attacks Coughlin. So Yano's pissed. Okay, he's got a chair on Kid, just wraps it around his neck, sends him out of up the entranceway, and just gets him the hell out of there. It was great. Tells everyone to get out of the way so he can throw Coughlin into the chairs. Coughlin fights back, gets Yano into chair. Yano with a chair to the gut, slams Coughlin into the concrete wall, and another throw into the chair. Finally, they're in the ring, and bell sounds. Irish whip into the exposed corner, then chokes Coughlin with a string. Okay, just rope, it's like literally trying to choke him to death. Ref shoved down. Marty Asami gets the rope and tosses it out. Irish rip reversed. Yano in the exposed corner. Shoulder. I don't even remember this corner pad being exposed. Shoulder tackle by Coughlin. It's funny, as Kingston points out, I remember this because he goes, you can call it a shoulder tackle, you call it a shoulder block, whichever. And I've always felt the same way. It's kind of like shoulder block or shoulder tackle. I think a shoulder block would be when you ram your shoulder, kind of like Brock Lesnar does, into a corner and like just rams the dude into the corner, whereas a shoulder tackle just kind of is a shot to bring him down. So there you go. Forearms to Yano and a hard chop, okay? Just every time this guy chops, sorry, and then shouting, "You can't kill me." Yano is really trying to kill Coughlin at this point. He feels disgraced. Power bomb attempt by Yano, but Coughlin shoves Yano into Marty Asami. At one point, Kingston's like, "Oh, Marty, why are you getting in the way?" Poor Marty Asami. Then Kid comes back into attack Yano. Kid gets the table out, sets it up by the commentary table. Coughlin goes for a suplex. It's blocked, eyes raked, and shoved into the corner post. Both Coughlin and Kid shoved into the barricades by Yano. Yano's kicking ass. Kid is power bombed onto the table, okay, that he set up. Goes back to beat on Coughlin. Goes Yano. Breaks out the scissors. Okay, they look sharp. Marty Asami is back into the ring to help stop Yano. Then Coughlin, of course, during the distraction, gets his belt out, his strong openweight tag title, and strikes Yano, gets the jackhammer for the victory. So Coughlin's 3-4 for the end of his G1. Yano 2-5. Kingston hating on Marty Asami. It's really funny. I didn't realize how much he disliked Asami. Second D block match, Shane Haste versus Jeff Cobb. It's a great match. It just kind of had a screw finish and made a lot of sense, though, when you think about it. Just goes to show how the factions just play such a role. And I didn't even see it coming, but once I saw what happened here, I was like, oh, so this is how they're going to get Naito in. This is how they're going to get definitive winners and break this kind of triangle tie that was going on between Cobb, Naito, and Zack Sabre Jr. And it guaranteed that Zack would get in because if, let's say, they all got their wins, then Zack wouldn't be in it. Naito essentially would lead, and Cobb would lead because he defeated Naito. Naito would still be the runner-up because he defeated Sabre, and that was it. So this worked out, and this is Shane Haste doing his duty. Shane Haste comes out and he says, interesting enough, Kingston says, "Don't let the hat fool you. This is a strong man." And it is. It's a very strong man, but the hat is kind of foolish. I like that a lot. Bell sounds. They circle the ring. They lock up. Cobb takes Haste to the ropes. Clean break. They lock up again. Haste switches to the waist lock. Cobb takes the arm. Haste rolls through to the arm drag, holds onto the arm. Cobb rolls through and with a kind of a nip up, okay, flips Haste, misses him in the corner, but catches Haste with a vertical suplex. Haste then drop kick by Cobb to the outside, where Cobb comes out to stand up on Haste, but a kick to Cobb's knee, then to the barricade, the corner post, and an apron bomb by Haste. Haste is very strong. He's got good kicks. The guy knows how to attack. Meanwhile, you got Cobb, who's super athletic, okay, and Kingston pointed that out a lot about just how incredibly athletic Jeff Cobb is. It's almost unfair that he's in the ring with his abilities. So yes, we got the apron bomb now. Haste in control. He rolls back in the ring. Marty Asami does the count. Cobb back in at 16. And Haste just starts to kick Cobb. A nice little neck breaker. Kick out at 1. Chin lock applied. Knee pressure. Cobb stands up with Haste on top. Very cool how Cobb just picks up Haste, who's literally standing on him. Okay. Just shows how strong Cobb is. Cobb strikes back, but Haste strikes, goes for a lift, and Cobb strikes Haste into the corner, reverse Irish whip to the corner, then a bunch of clothesline strikes by Cobb. I did miss that Haste did start kicking Cobb some more after he lifted him. I mean, the kicks just keep coming from Haste. Back suplex by Cobb, almost a running one. Looked pretty cool. Pin attempt, misses it, but gets that standing moonsault. Pin attempt again. Irish whip for the tour, but Haste holds on. Kicks and clotheslines. A clothesline to Cobb, still up. Then they both hit each other. A V trigger. Then another knee for the pin attempt by Haste. Then the Falcon Arrow. Another near fall. Haste lifts Cobb for over his shoulders. Cobb gets out, and they exchange strikes. Haste falls down, but back up for a drop kick, catching Cobb, sending him back out. Haste and Cobb walking up the aisle, fighting. This is when it starts to seem like, okay, there's going to be a draw. Cobb almost lifts Haste. They get to the top of the ramp where there's a little bit of a dip and goes for looks like maybe a power bomb. Haste fights back, pushes the ref away. Okay, this is he's trying to get the count out. He's trying to tell the ref, and hits this. He tries to go for a pile driver. Cobb hits a back body drop. 10 minutes have passed. Ref starts the count. Okay, so and he even told the ref to go back in there, go do your job, go back to the ring. So it was very clear what Haste was trying to do at this point. Cobb heads back to the ring. Haste tries a waist lock, trying to hold on to him. Cobb then tries to hit the tour the islands, and Haste just jumps on the back of Cobb. Haste just is thrown off of Cobb's back, and Cobb tries to get in the ring. Haste holds on to Cobb, holds onto his legs, and won't let go until Asami counts to 20. Cobb's furious, throwing around a table. Haste gets the draw for his TMDK partner, his leader, Zack Sabre. So he kept saying it. I did it for you, Zack. So Zack wins, gets to 10. Naito wins, Cobb is out. That's it. So if there was a tie, if there was a draw, if Naito got a draw, Cobb would win because Cobb would beat had already beaten Naito. So yeah, I mean, Haste really did a number on Cobb for Sabre. So third D block match: Zack Sabre Jr., Hirooki Goto. Speak of the devil. Bell sounds are very hesitant to lock up. Goto takes Zack to the ropes, who then reverses. No clean break. Uppercuts and a reverse hip toss. Goto shoulder tackles, strikes, goes for a spinning heel kick. It's caught by Sabre. Okay, holds the ankle, elbow drop, and then into the back breaker. I mean, Zack Sabre is amazing at reversing anything and getting you in a predicament that you don't want to be in. Goto outside. Sabre attacks the lower back, just goes straight to the lower back. Back in the ring, Sabre tosses him, then to the legs he goes, knee pressure on the lower back for the bow and arrow. Switches to an arm. Goto to the ropes, kick to the back of Goto, more kicks to the chest, but Goto chops, double open palm, strike to the gut by Sabre, Irish whip reversed. It's reversed. And another switch as Goto makes to the ropes. Sabre's just like switching up his moves to submissions, and Kingston's just pointing it out. It's cool how Kingston is praising Sabre, even though he doesn't like him. He's just praising his move sets and the way he's able to kind of like switch up submissions. Sabre kicks in a full Nelson, tries for a full Nelson uppercut. It was very interesting. But Goto clothesline Sabre down. So, can't really get a full Nelson on Goto. 5 minutes have passed. Goto sends Sabre to two corners, catches Sabre's kick, hits the leg, then a heel kick, back suplex, and a pin attempt. So Goto's in control. Goto goes for a lift. Sabre blocks it, but not the big forearm by Goto. Looking for the elbow. Sabre counters that, and they're both on top. Goto headbutts Goto down. Sabre headbutts Goto down. Goto with a head scissors to Zack's neck. This is a great little spot where he's got the head scissors on Zack's neck, but he's leaning over the top rope, so all of his weight is putting the pressure on on Zack Sabre Jr. So it was pretty cool. Cool sight. Just choking Zack Sabre to the fullest. Then a clothesline. To Zack Sabre in the corner. Goto tries for the elbow drop. Caught by Zack, who goes for the arm bar, and Goto makes to the ropes. Kick by Sabre. Another one caught. Zack forearms. Double clotheslines, and Goto eventually sends down Sabre. Yoshigoroshi, okay, is delivered to Sabre. Goes for GTR. Sabre reverses with a back suplex. Goto with a back suplex of his own. Sabre with a backbreaker. Looked cool. Both men down. Not even 10 minutes have passed. It's just amazing how much these guys have fought, and not even 10 minutes have passed. I was like, what is going on? Goto gets countered by a Zack driver. Now 10 minutes have passed. Okay. They're struggling to get up. Crowd is just really loud at this point. Strikes by Goto. Then by Zack. More exchange. Standing now. They're still striking. Zack using the ropes to keep standing. Goes back to Goto, who gets the upper hand. Front kick, though, by Sabre. And more kicks, but a knee by Goto. Then a bed kick to the chest. A big high elevation Death Valley driver by Goto for a near fall on Sabre. Goto goes for GTR again, counter to a backslide kind of, but Zack then with his Euro clutch just for the pinfall, gets out of that, headbutts exchange, Cobra twist, okay, by Sabre. Sabre stretching the hell out of Goto. At some point, he just has locked up his arms, his legs, like Goto is hogtied, okay, so just real brutal to watch. And then Goto has to tap. This very well could have been the match of the night. I would say this would probably be the match of the night. As far as like star power, it's got to be Naito and Hiroshi Tanahashi, obviously, but the match of the night, technical match of the night, belongs to Zack Sabre Jr. and Hirooki Goto. It was also hard hitting, so I highly recommend that you watch this match. Zack Sabre's now 10 points, 5-2. He's going to the playoffs. Goes to the Kevin Kelly and commentary, says 7 years to get out of the block to the playoffs. This is great. He earned it. It's his time. So I would definitely like to see Zack Sabre, make it to the finals. Make it to get a G1 win. I would love to see it. So fourth D block match. It's the final match of the night. And if there's a draw in this match, Cobb would progress to the playoffs because he defeated Naito, of course. Naito has to win this match. Tanahashi's 3-3 and 6 points. Obviously, Naito's 4-2 with the 8 points. Tanahashi cannot progress, but can finish with a winning record and just thwart Naito. He wants to win. Okay, he wants to pin Naito. Anybody that pins Naito that's a victory in itself. Okay, never mind the G1. So Red Shoes calls for the bell, which sounds. Naito chants from the beginning. Okay, so many Naito chants tonight. Especially the whole match was just one big Naito chant, which was awesome. I mean, it's not to take away anything from Tanahashi. I mean, he was getting the crowd hyped. Okay. But yeah, everybody was so pro Naito. Looks like they lock up. Naito just kind of hesitates. At one point, Tanahashi hits an inside cradle, which almost got him. Almost got Naito. Naito just breaks out of that pin attempt and rolls out of the ring with a look on his face like, holy shit, what the hell just almost happened? Gets back into the ring. Okay. They lock up. Naito gets the waist lock reversed. Naito gets the armbar. That's also reversed into a headlock. Naito cannot push it off. To the mat they go. Tanahashi's just locking it on the headlock. Naito to the gut. Another to the gut in the corner. So Naito yanks the hair. They're just yanking each other's hair. And Tanahashi tries to hit Naito in the gut to kind of break away and stop what Naito is doing. Okay, Irish whip reversed. Tana with a strike in the crossbody. Looked great. Then the arm drag after Naito charged at him. Naito keeps going after that hair. I mean, this is his heel move, I mean, he's a heel. I think that's even what Kingston said. He's like, hey, he is who he is. I mean, I don't know if he said he's heel or if he just kind of hinted at it, but yeah, it's a total heel tactics. He's the ungovernable one. That is what they were talking about. That's why people love him. And yes, that is why, because the guy literally has the, just the ability to kind of like spit in the face of those that would like try to control him. He's an outlaw. He really is. So I know more with the hair this time, like hanging Tanahashi over the rope, then a guillotine over the top rope, sliding baseball kick, and then of course does his little taunting, where he pretends like he's going to do a suicide dive, but really just rolls back in the ring and poses. It's great stuff. 5 minutes pass. Tanahashi rolls back in. Naito with a full Nelson using his legs. Really cool. Really cool. Tanahashi breaks the hold, getting to the rope. Neck breaker by Naito. Pin attempt. Naito applies the cravat. Always working that neck. Elbows to the neck, to the corner, but Tanahashi fights off with kicks and a running forearm. More forearms from Tanahashi and a body slam. He goes to the middle rope. Hits the somersault senton. Beautiful as always. Pin attempt. Drop kick to the knee. Then a dragon screw. Tanahashi for the cloverleaf. But Naito makes it to the ropes before it's applied. Let's see. Tanahashi kicks Naito, grabs the leg, but Naito strikes, catches the leg, pushes him off. Naito hits the arm drag, the clothesline, the drop kick to the back, the neck. 10 minutes have passed. Forearm to the corner. Almost Naito goes for his combo, where he throws him to the corner, does the kick, the trip, but he can't do it. He only gets the Tanahashi catches him, hits the dragon screw. Tanahashi then goes to the top. Excellent splash to Naito, who's on the floor. Amazing. Okay, Naito just hard bump for Naito, who takes the splash like a professional wrestler. Just catches him. It's a guy you can clearly trust. Okay, because it's a scary spot for anybody, especially let alone guys that are in their like early to mid 40s. Tanahashi's definitely getting close to, what is he, 46 now? So it's scary for these guys. So you got to give them credit. Hard bump. Yeah. Tanahashi brings Naito back in the ring, hits the sling blade, back to the top, another splash, then that frog splash, really the biggest mistake, right onto Naito's knees. Naito holding the knees, both are hurting as Tanahashi's clutching the midsection. Crowd chants very loud at this point. Naito strikes first, then Tanahashi, another from both. They're up. They're now continuing to just forearms are flying. Okay, they're just striking each other. Uppercut by uppercut is countered. Okay, I believe Tanahashi tried to hit Naito with an uppercut. Atomic drop, hammers way at the neck. Does Naito 5 minutes and now it's now the 5 minute mark. Naito looking for Esperanza, hits it. Then Naito measures Tanahashi, who elbows him. Inside cradle by Tanahashi, just like the beginning. Then the twist and shouts, gets about two of them in. And then another inside cradle. Tanahashi with the sling blade. Crucifix pin looked so close, okay? I was very, very nervous about that one. The straight jacket pin attempt, right on the head. Very close pin attempt. 3 minutes now. Tana goes for a suplex. This is where I saw a counter coming, and sure enough, it was. Counters with a knee, elbows, and then Naito. What does he do? He just jumps off, leaps off the middle rope, and spike DDTs Naito. Tanahashi does Naito for the pin victory. It was brutal. Okay, just a spike DDT that really had some good sound to it. Looks sick, and Naito wins the D block. So there you go. It's amazing that he's made it this far, that he was able to get in. He was like the sleeper, like Hikuleo was. I mean, because he didn't have a good start, just like Will Ospreay. And then his matches were kind of like a little bit like slow paced, which is nothing wrong with that. It's just that he kind of came off like he was not going to. He's the crafty veteran at this point. He's not like he can still go and he still hits his moves really fast, but he's not like he was. Look at him like 7 years ago. It's a little bit different, but he's still great. And he lost two, which is not that great, unfortunately. Let's look at these stats. So I'm going to look at the playoff picture here. I have my image that I copied, and you got Sonata, who's undefeated. Okay, you got Evil, who lost two, but Evil had so much help that it was like kind of hard to see him lose in this thing. You got Zack Sabre Jr. versus Okada. Okada's only lost one. Sabre's, was managed to get in without, obviously the loss to Naito. So as Naito was progressing, it was Naito that was, really kind of taking control of the situation. And much like Hikuleo, who he will be facing, in the quarterfinals tomorrow. And then you've got Will Ospreay versus David Finlay. That's the thing. So, let me just do a couple final thoughts here. I mean, I thought this night was the best of the finals. Okay, I thought A was cool, was interesting with the surprise Hikuleo. B was pretty obvious with Okada and Ospreay. Not to say that the matches weren't great, especially that ELP Ospreay match. But as far as story goes, the C block was pretty cool with Evil winning and with Evil and. Now I'm forgetting who won. But you got going back to my list now. I'm just losing my mind here. So yeah, Evil and Finlay, which was a great match. Kingston and Finlay, such a great match. But then when it comes down to the story, with Sabre using Haste, with Haste, helping for the win, and then Naito just coming out of nowhere and getting the win. It really was one of the most exciting nights of these finals. All of them were great. Okay. I can't stress enough, go back and watch ELP versus Ospreay. Check out Sonata, versus Chase Owens and Hikuleo versus Umino, beast of a match. Narita versus Kaito Kiyomiya. These are all like going to be matches I remember. I can go back and, and be like, hey, this reminds me of the G1 Climax 33 when it's say Kaito Kiyomiya and Ren Narita. There's so many future guys wrestling in this tournament. Okay, you got Eddie Kingston, who's just you're always going to remember this guy from the States, from AEW, coming in to fulfill his dream, his lifelong dream of competing in the G1, which he said, well, like this is what it's been all about, and that's fantastic. Like. So that being said, it's a great time. Let's get into these predictions for these playoffs. Okay. So I'm looking at the tournament. Hopefully I can get the tournament brackets on the screen. And I'm looking at Sonata and Evil. Okay. It's not going to be Sonata and Evil. Let's start this thing. It's going to be, let's see. I believe it's going to be Naito versus Hikuleo. So Naito versus Hikuleo is going to start this thing. You got a couple interesting matches. Opening match, you got a Young Lion 3 consecutive battle match. Yuto Nakashima, who looked great. Okay. Going to be facing Bolton Oleg, Oscar Lube, Rio Oiwa. I don't know what's going to happen here. This is very interesting to look at. Then you got Takahashi, Hiromu Takahashi. Good to see him come back. Yota Tsuji, Shingo Takagi. You got the LIJ taking on Kosei Fujita, Shane Haste, Mikey Nichols, the TMDK. I'm looking forward to that. Then you got Umino, Phantasmo, Tongaloa, Tamatanga. You got the Gorillas of Destiny together facing Tenzan and Tenzan and Narita and Desperado and Suzuki. I mean, you've got like some serious stuff going on here with Suzuki Gun. Even though they're just kind of been dissembled, still remnants of the group in this match. The tag matches, you got Takamichinoku, Doki, Yoshinobu Kanemaru, and Tai Chi, the 4 members, the original 4 guys. Okay, and so I haven't seen Takamichinoku wrestle in a minute, a little bit. Who are they going up with? The Bullet Club, with Kenta, okay, with the War Dogs and Kenta and Chase Owens. So Chase Owens kind of fits the War Dogs, but this is some serious Bullet Club right here. I mean, I like that Kenta's coming back, and I want to see how he works with the rest of the Bullet Club. Then you got Eddie Kingston, Ishii, Tanahashi. Okay, it's 2/3 of the never open weight 6-man tag team championships right there, minus Okada. Okada has a fight, so Kingston substituting. That's awesome. Going up against United Empire, Hanari, Great Khan, and Jeff Cobb, who's going to be furious. Okay, minus Ospreay, who's wrestling. This is chaos. Essentially, I mean, not quite chaos, but like it's Ishii and Tanahashi who works with Okada, leader of chaos against United Empire. So yeah, you can see the connections there. Hikuleo versus Tetsuya Naito. So let's look at it. I think Naito's going to sneak a victory in. Okay, that's the way I see it. He's kind of just gonna use his veteran skills to just finesse Hikuleo, and that is my prediction. And then you got Will Ospreay versus David Finlay. Right now, I'm thinking Ospreay's going to win. It'd be crazy if Finlay won, because then it's going to be Ospreay versus Naito. I actually think Ospreay's going to win. And here's the story behind this. He's already in order to do this, Ospreay has beaten Kenny Omega. He's beaten Tetsuya Naito. He's beaten Kazuchika Okada. The next one in line would make sense to beat either Hiroshi Tanahashi or this guy Tetsuya Naito before he goes up against Sonata. So that makes perfect sense, at least in my eyes. And that's who he'll face if those two would face if they both won. Then you got Sonata versus Evil. Sonata's going to beat Evil. That's it. It'd be crazy if Evil wins. Again, it's kind of like Finlay, winning. It would be crazy. Hopefully the Just Five guys, they're all going to be there. So I said it last night that, Sonata, he's a smart guy. If it was me, I'd say, hey, get all your boys, keep them close because Evil's House of Torture is going to be coming in. So I think Sonata's going to win. Then you got Kazuchika Okada versus Zack Sabre Jr. I don't see Okada losing just yet. I just don't see him losing. I mean, this guy is favored to win the whole thing of all of them. I mean, Ospreay, I would say, is the guy to win. But as far as I'm concerned, it's you still got to worry about Okada and Sonata. Because I wouldn't be surprised if Sonata goes the whole way, wins the whole damn thing, and then challenges whoever he felt maybe gave him the biggest run for his money. Or what if he goes crazy and says, you know what, I want to take on Mr. Best in the world in the States over there, Daniel Bryan. Get your ass over here and face the real champ. I'd love to see that. That would be crazy. And I think Sonata would pull it off. I think Daniel Bryan would give him the nod. Maybe that's why that he gave Okada gave the nod to Daniel Bryan. Be like, hey, I'm going to give you the nod. I'll give our champion the nod. So that would make sense. But we're going forward. We're going forward a little too far ahead. So let's just say that I think Sonata will win. I think Okada will win. And then it'll be Sonata versus Okada. That match is going to be crazy. I have no idea who's going to win that match. But I just gave you some ideas. I mean, all I know is that Ospreay, Sonata, and Okada could win. Naito is kind of the dark horse. Okay, if he wins, great. Okay, I've been saying this the whole time, and every time I say it, he wins, and I would love to see him win. He is my personal favorite to win this. But is he objectively the favorite? No. I'd give it to Ospreay, and then I would give it to Okada, and then but I also give it to Sonata. So you never know. This is going to be such an unpredictable G1 climax. I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's going to be Naito. Or, oh, it's, you cannot tell me, even if Naito wins, which I want, you cannot tell me that was oh yeah, it's so obvious. No, I don't care how much people are cheering him on. The guy is kind of getting close to the end. And if it is his time, then they basically gave him his final kind of last hurrah. They're going to give him his last hurrah. But is he going to beat Sonata in Wrestle Kingdom? I mean, a lot of this stuff is like really close call. But I'm not downing him. He's my favorite. He's my guy. So, on that note, we move forward. Okay, I'm loving it. Okay, because this is really if Naito wins, if whoever wins this tournament goes to Wrestle Kingdom, it's just all very unpredictable, but it all makes sense. Okay, any way you look at it, there is a reason why New Japan is doing what they're doing. This is, I think, been the best G1 and one of the best years that I've watched New Japan. Okay, I don't care what anybody says. This has been great. So if you have any questions or comments you'd like to add, tell me who you think's going to win this, keep going and win this whole thing. Give it to me. Give me some comments. Give me some feedback. Please hit the like button. I got Twitter and Instagram. You can find me on social media at Channel Cortez 33. And on that note, I'm going to let you guys go. I got work tomorrow. Still got to get ready for the new year. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow to cover some of the playoffs. It will be fantastic. You guys have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow.